What is going on, folks? Can you believe all the crazy that's going on this week? It's just nuts. Money's up and down, stocks are up and down, silver's up and down. Speaking of that, let's see where silver is. It's dropped quite a bit in the last few couple of days. So let me check that out right here. Oh, silver's at 23.15. It was $2 higher than that about 4 or 5 days ago. So it's going up and down. But remember, you're not buying it for investment. It don't matter what that market does. You're buying it to use for monetary purposes after the dollar's no good. And we're about to get into that in just a few minutes. That BRICS is trying to slap us, man. They're trying to slap us hard. But before we get into it, let's see who's in the house. Glenn Anderson was first. All right. Appreciate it. Talked to Glenn earlier. Sounds like he is really upbeat and doing well, and that's good to know. Buzz Runner's with us. Yep, we're going to do lunch. Shoot me an email. We'll work it out. You're in Sanford and we're down here in Orlando, so we'll meet somewhere in the middle. If you don't have any travel restrictions, we can do that, like Altamont Springs or somewhere like that. Debbie and Rob's with us. Yep, good to have them folks here with us. Always good to have them here with us. Who else? We got Happy Hickman Homestead. Rebecca, I know she's out at deer season where you are, I think, right? You got to get out there and get you some meat for that freezer. Who else we got? Roll call, roll call. That's what this is. John H. is in the house. I know Rebecca's keeping him in line. Lynn Stalker's here. Great to see you, girl. Great to see you. I was in the house. Iowa and Iowa State's coming up, right? I think that's who they play this week. Go and watch that one if they'll let me. Still can't get all of my football here because of the dispute between Disney and Spectrum. But Disney shows ESPN, which has a contract with the SEC and the ACC. But your team's Big Ten, so I should be able to see that. Greg Harmon's with us. There we go. Tammy Joe. Tammy Joe, my girl Tammy Joe right there. Linda Farrow. Man, we got a good bunch in here tonight. Miss Mad Pad's back. Hadn't seen you in a few weeks. I'm glad you're with us. What you got? You got something?
No, right. There's just somebody new. I want to make sure you don't miss them.
All right. Eddie's with us. Eddie's back with us. Hadn't seen him in a few weeks.
Yeah, I was thinking he's fairly.
Yeah. Mississippi's in the house. A Swackhammer. Stole that name I wish I had. That's a good one, buddy. Fluffy's here. Great to see you folks. It really is. Hill Bill. That's the man right there. That is the man. Hill Bill. All right. Hawkeyes Canes games at 2:30 this Saturday on Fox. There we go. I can watch it. Awesome.
Yeah, we can get Fox.
Awesome. I get Fox Sports Channel still. I hate to break down and buy ESPN Plus because I don't want to give Disney a damn dollar. But I'm a big SEC guy. Y'all know that. And they got that contract with the SEC. And I'm really missing my games. Can't go too long. I'll be jonesing. 4th and goal's in the house. Yeah, there we go. Hillbill wants to say hello to Lady Prepper.
Hey, hi, Hillbill.
You hitting on my girl?
Yeah. Look out.
All right. But we got a lot of madness going on here. Go Hogs. I hope you win every game unless you play the Florida Gators, and then I hope you get the hell beat out
of it. All righty then.
If you can't take a little ribbon about your college football, then you're in the wrong place. Because I'm going to give it to you if I need to, and when you're playing the Gators, you need it. So, all right, let's get on what's going on here. Man, I got some topics going. First, we need to get serious, I guess. Nick L's with us. We got to get together, Nick. We got to get together, buddy. You live close. We got to get together. But let's get on with something serious here. We got another hurricane out there in the Atlantic. Hurricane Lee. You can see the cone there. It could go pretty much anywhere. But it looks like Florida might not get hit this time. But the Carolinas and up the East Coast, I think you need to kind of keep an eye on that and get ready, just in case. Hopefully, you're already ready. So, Chiefs, oh no, I ain't playing that NFL crap. That don't happen here. They're too liberal for me. But the Hurricane, keep an eye on it, guys. Nobody's really out of the woods yet. So
They think it's going north though, right?
they're predicting it to go north. Take that curve and go up north. Hopefully, it won't hit anywhere, but
Because it's a monster.
it is a big one. It's strong already, and it's getting stronger every day. So hopefully, that won't hit anything. It will stay out there in the water and just spin around. What we got here? Prolonged season following your Gators. Yeah, it is going to be a long season, but I understand it. I'm different than a lot of Gator fans. I know that Mullen just basically left this new guy nothing. Our new coach is his second year. We got to give him time to get his recruits on the field and see what they do. I know all the good players left out in Mullen's last year. They left out they transferred out of there like they were on a burning ship. They were just bailing off. And it's going to make a couple of hard seasons for us. Next year, hopefully, it'll improve. But we'll see. I hope Billy Napier pulls it together. I think he can. He was the guy I wanted them to go get when they were looking for a coach. So I got to believe in him. So I hope he does a great job. But now let's get on with the foolishness. Right here's one of the craziest things I've seen in a long time. The U.S. plans to sell all of their gasoline stockpile that they have in emergency reserve. Now, why in the hell would they want to sell our stockpiles? They started this in 2014, and they haven't really dipped into it since then. That's 9 years ago. But you know how things like this go. As soon as they get rid of it, that's when we're going to need it.
Haven't they been dipping into it since the prices went up?
That's oil reserve.
Oh,
That's
oil.
different.
Okay,
This is the gasoline reserve.
Okay.
Totally different.
All right.
Different animal. But
He keeps teaching me stuff.
yeah.
That's third time today.
Yeah, as soon as they get rid of it, that's when we'll need it. Guarantee you. Ain't that the way things happen? Yeah, I know it happens to me. I'll have something sitting in my shop for 2 or 3 years, and I'll think, well, I don't need that anymore. And I'll throw it away because it's in the way, and then what? A week later, I wish I had it. That's the way my life is. I'm pretty sure that's just nature for a lot of folks. So why should they be any different? Cheers, guys. All right, you can see down below there, I put that little scroll down there to post questions in all caps. I missed a couple of questions on Monday night. I wished I would have seen them, but I'm going to get into that here in just a few minutes.
And Katie's here now, so she's.
Katie's here. Yeah, there she is right there. Yeah. Katie, you put up a couple of good questions the other night. I wished I saw them on Monday night. We're going to get into that in just a few minutes. I appreciate you submitting those. But let's get on back where we were here. We'll get into that in just a minute. How many of you heard about this little deal here with Liberty Safes? The FBI, they go to arrest a guy who's supposedly part of the January 6th mess. They're still persecuting those people. And they arrest this guy at his business. They search his business. They take him home. They're searching his home. He has this nice big Liberty safe in his house, and they can't get into it. So the FBI calls Liberty on the phone. They call them on the phone and say, we want to search this safe. We have a warrant here to search these premises. And Liberty gave them the emergency access code. Are you believing that? Here, okay, go ahead and search his stuff. We don't care. Well, that backfired on them so bad. Yesterday, late last night, they issued a statement. Liberty issued a statement. They went out on Twitter and on Instagram. They tried to explain the situation, that they have this emergency backdoor code just in case a customer calls them and says, hey, I forgot my combination. And they can give it to them. And they have the code for every digital safe they manufacture. They record that code and the serial number of the safe and keep it in their system. Not anymore. They got hammered so bad yesterday, it was like Bud Light in the gun safe world. Everybody hammered their ass. So they released a statement after 10 o'clock last night that you can go to, if you have a Liberty safe, you can go to their website and you can fill out a form and they will take all of the information on your safe out of their system. So it's not even accessible to them anymore. They said that the only way they would ever even respond to the FBI again is if they receive a subpoena personally. Got to hand them the paper. So I'm pretty sure they got their ass blistered yesterday. And they should have. Because if I buy a safe from somebody, it ain't none of their damn business what's in it. And it damn sure ain't any of their business to let anybody get in it. That's my safe. So I think they learned their lesson. They were about to get Bud Lighted real bad. So they had to come up with something dramatic, and this is what they come up with. Now, if you buy a Liberty safe, they're still going to have that information, their emergency access code and the code they programmed into that safe. So you need to go to their website, fill out that information, and tell them to delete it. And they are going to do it. Now, I don't own a Liberty safe. The safe I got, I can program whatever codes I want in it. I don't have to keep what the company put in it. I can put any number I want in it. And I don't know if they have a backdoor access code. They might. I mean, that's pretty much the way everything digital is right now. Whoever creates it, they got a backdoor into it. So we'll see, I guess. Hopefully they'll never come here needing to get in my safe.
It would not be good.
But no, it wouldn't be a pleasant situation for anybody.
No.
You know, us or them. But that's a different topic for a different time. What we got here? They keep on about net zero, yet wind turbines, anything between 60 and 350 gallons of synthetic oil. Yeah, that's right. That's what it takes to run them. I'm glad you're with us, brother. I appreciate it. I know it's really late over there in the United Kingdom, and you're here with us, and I do appreciate it. But Liberty Safe, just make sure you go to that site and fill that out right away. But let me get on from here. Another thing that came out yesterday that was verified and reported. You can see the date right there, September 6th. BRICS nations are stockpiling gold to support a new currency. They announced that. So we know it's coming. You know, right now each of those nations are using their own national currency to do trade. But now it's been officially announced, and yeah, they're going to do it. So hopefully it'll be a while, you know. The longer they take, the more, you know, the stronger our dollar becomes. But JP Morgan did a study, and they said there was two things that had to happen before the U.S. dollar would collapse and would no longer be the world dominant world currency. Excuse me, guys. Two things. First one they said would have to happen would for you know, there to be like a global recession for nations across the world to you know, start experiencing economic problems. Think maybe that's happening? We've heard that phrase 100 times in the last year. Global recession. Every country across the world is experiencing financial problems. Well, that first thing they said would have to happen is happening. Now, the second thing they said would have to happen is that other countries would have to use their own currency to do trade throughout the world for the U.S. dollar to fail. We heard about that before. Didn't BRICS just pass that? Yeah. And there's BRICS is what, 11 nations now, I think, but there's 40 on board total that's going to do this with BRICS. But the last line there, that's the beauty. However, The chances of these two developments occurring on top of each other remain slim. And that's what's killing our economy. These investment companies, these banks, these politicians, they keep telling us, oh, we're going to be strong. It ain't going to happen. Well, the two things J.P. Morgan said would have to happen before our dollar would start collapsing, it's happening. And then right after that, they said, well, it's unlikely that these things will happen. What kind of bullshit is that? We're seeing it happen. We're seeing what they say had to happen for the dollar to collapse. And they're saying, oh, no, it's not going to happen. Who do these people think we are? They think we're idiots. They think we're damn idiots. So if you're trading with J.P. Morgan right now, you might want to look at other options. A good one would be Roth Investments. You ever heard of them? Let me show you why. Roth says, yes, the dollar is dying. Another step towards new financial world order. Yes, they admit it, and they're taking steps for their investors to be ready for that. So, if I was banking with J.P. Morgan, I think I'd go over to Roth right now because they're going to try to stay afloat. So they're going to do what's best for you, because when you make money, they make money, and they're being honest about it. That's the main point. They're being honest about it. They're not trying to string you along like a Democrat politician. They're telling you the truth. But, how long do they think they can feed us this crap before, the dollar's finally gone and everybody's standing around like, duh, I can't buy a loaf of bread. Yeah, no kidding. You're not getting ready. You got companies feeding you a line. You got politicians feeding you a line. But it's all right in front of you. Step up, people. Do what you got to do. Now, I understand it's hard for a lot of people, and that's something I'm going to get into here in just a few minutes. I've received some emails and messages this week that's kind of disturbing, but they're along that line. But I'm going to get on that in just a couple of minutes here. But it's ridiculous what's happening right in front of us, and they're still lying to us. Bidenomics, that's great. How great is that Bidenomics working out for you? How great is it working out for the United States? Not very good. Did you notice that the debt clock went up $100 billion last week? It went up 80 billion one day, and then 30 billion a couple of days later. That's over $100 billion in one week. That's killing the dollar. And with these, there's 21 nations. I saw an article earlier today. I wish I had got that headline so I could use it, and I forgot it. There's 21 nations already on board with doing away with the U.S. dollar before the end of 2023. It's September, guys. It's not that far away. 4 months is the end of 2023. You got 21 nations saying, nope, we're not going to deal with the dollar anymore. Guess what happens with all that money they have in those treasuries over there? It comes back here. Guess what that does to the money in your pocket? Makes it worth less. But those printing presses up there in D.C., they're still cranking out them C notes, buddy, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They're popping them out there. You see it, guys. People keep telling you. I keep telling you, and I know others are too. You better get ready for it. You got to be able to hedge that loss. And there's only one way to do it: precious metals. But that's enough of that, I think. I've been telling you that for a while, and others have too. But what have I got here? Let me see what I got here. Oh, don't want to do that yet. Oh, the deal with Trump. They're talking about bringing up the 14th Amendment that would make him ineligible to even be on the ballot, much less run for presidency. 14th Amendment was passed during the Civil War when the Union wanted to keep Confederates from serving in Congress, House of Representatives or the Senate. So they're gonna dig up that old Civil War law that says anyone that is part of an insurrection against the United States government cannot serve in any federal elected office. Seen this argued several times in the last week. But guess what? That law was reversed in 1872. On May 2nd, 1872, that law was reversed. And there's nothing they can do with it. It's like neutralized that part of the 14th Amendment. That was Section 3 in the 14th Amendment. It was neutralized years later when representatives from southern states, that's what they were trying to stop back then, was representatives from southern states. You know, southern states kept electing these officials that was part of the Confederacy. Well, the Confederacy was dead, so they had to change that law so they could represent their states up there. And that's exactly why they neutralized that law. And now it's no good anymore. But the liberals want to keep trying to say, yeah, we can use it. Yeah, we can use it. No, you can't use it. What?
Can you straighten up? Because I had the same question that Tammy Jo indirectly just asked. She said, we'll just write him in, and it's not that easy like I thought it was too.
Yeah, you can't. You could write somebody in, but it's so hard to do. Most people are not going to do it.
You have to request a ballot.
You have to request a write-in ballot. Most states don't even tell you have that option. You always have that option during an election, no matter when it is or who it is. You can say, give me a write-in ballot. And you can write in Bugs Bunny if you want to. But people don't know that they have to request that ballot. And not enough Americans will do that to make a difference. But personally, I don't think they'll ever keep him off the ballot. He's already on a lot of ballots. And they keep trying to push this stuff before the election because they're afraid he's going to win. And they know that if all of this stuff is put off till after the election and he wins, he can go, I pardon myself. Which is what he should do. Let's be honest, that's what he should do. If you like him or not. I mean, if you were the president and there was criminal charges on you, would you, pardon yourself? Of course you would.
How fun would that be to watch?
Hell, anybody. Oh, well, wouldn't that be awesome? They might break into General Hospital on that one.
I know, right? I'd let them and be happy.
More debt. You bet your ass, Craig. More debt. Every day. Appreciate you being here, bud. Are you back in Florida yet, or are you still in North Carolina? But, that debt clock popped up when it jumped $80 billion in one day. I looked at that and thought, holy cow, that can't be right.
It just makes your brain hurt.
But it was, and it was absolutely right. And then 3 days later, it jumped up again, another 30 billion. Oh, Lord, we're in trouble, guys. Your dollar ain't going to be worth a shit very soon. Believe me, it ain't going to be worth a crap. But, all the stuff going on with Trump, the administration we have now, they don't care about the law. There's laws out there that, like that one I just showed you. They passed that law after the 14th Amendment was ratified, trying to keep Confederates out. And then they passed a law that said, okay, that's no good anymore. But this administration don't care about the law, especially that little turd we have running the Department of Justice. Nothing legally happens on the federal level unless he approves it. And he's just so crooked that he's not going to act. The law is dead. It's a dead topic in this country. If you're conservative and they got something against you, they're going to burn you. If you're on the liberal side and they got something against you, they're going to bury it. They're trying to bury this stuff with Hunter until the statute of limitations runs out. And I don't know if they're going to be able to or not. I'm sure they will. Looks like Craig's at home. That's good. All right. I'm glad you got back home safe, buddy. But David Workman jumped in. There we go, right there. Thank you, sir. But you can forget about law and order. It's a joke. Which brings me to something that Katie asked. All right. I wrote this one down. After I do these live streams, the next day I go back and I watch all the comments. And I missed a couple of questions Katie posed that were really awesome. First one is, have you considered they know a mandate won't work and they're doing that to institute martial law? I wouldn't put it past them. I really wouldn't put it past them. That's the only way. The only way they're going to get that stuff done, going to get it through. But we know it's coming. You know, you're going to have to get this. You're going to have to wear a face diaper. But there's one state in the union where that cannot be mandated. One. I checked it out, and it's amazing what I come up with. Bingo. The little red one down there. Can't mandate it here because we got a good governor who's running for president. You might want to consider voting for that guy. He'd probably be a good number 2 guy. If you want to vote for Trump, let's just hope Ron's number 2 because he don't play. That woke stuff don't fly here. And we got to hope that, you know, it'll eventually work its way up to the White House and a lot of this crap will stop. But we'll see. You know, it's coming. It's coming. You're going to have to do it. You're going to have to do it. Everywhere but right here. Hopefully your state will step up and they'll fight against this time around. What we did to our children first time around was a joke. They're still having psychological, you know, different difficulties because of that. And it's going to take years still to get over it. But I mean, like our public schools wasn't bad enough to start with. You know, they got even worse during that. After that, I should say, when students came back to school, they were so far behind, there's no catching up. But that's part of the plan, dumb down the population. Make us stupid and weak, and we'll be easy to control. You know, I've told you before that, you know, rulers would rather rule paupers than represent the prosperous. And that's what the problem we have right now. They'd rather us be a bunch of idiot minions that they can control than for everybody to be prosperous and happy and they could just represent us and take care of us and protect us. No, they don't want to do that. They want to rule you. They want to rule me. Well, guess what? I answered to one guy. Only one. Oh, that brings me to an email.
Hey, right before you go, look what Devin said that could be happening in the UK.
What's up?
Comment.
What we got here? They passed a bill in UK that says that as a homeowner, if you don't comply new energy laws, oh wow, they can put you in prison for a year. Right. Oh my God. Yeah, that's just straight up, you know, they're ruling you. They're not representing you. I hope that don't happen, brother. I really hope that don't happen. I don't know. Is it in effect already? I don't know.
Could be passing a bill.
Okay, yeah. Well, hopefully they won't pass that. That's ridiculous. Also heard they can pop a big tax bill on you if you don't comply. Or, with mandates over there, they're going to pop a big property tax on you if you don't comply. That's another thing I heard they're considering over there. But, you know, that's just the way our governments are going now. They don't care about you and me. All they want is all they can get from us. Which I lost my train of thought. I was going to say something and I lost it.
On to the email.
Email. Oh, yeah. I said I answered to one guy, and I got an email this week, actually yesterday. If you remember on Monday night, I reached up and I raised up my cross, and I said, you know, this is where you need to be. And somebody wanted to comment on that and say, well, you know, what if you're wrong? Well, what if you're wrong? That's exactly what I told them. I'd rather believe and be wrong than not believe and be wrong. Because if you don't believe and you're wrong, bad news. Bad news. But let me go on past that now. All right, then. Oh, Katie asked another question. I got to answer this. This is quick. The new California law where merchants can't stop shoplifters. She asked, does the California law on shoplifting pertain to loss prevention staff? Yes, it does. Yep. If you have people at the door protecting your business from shoplifting, they still got to let them go
What are they there for?
to watch, I guess. It's crazy. That place out there is a damn zoo anyway. But Gavin Newsom might be our next president. You might want to get ready to say him and get ready to, be saying President Newsom, because Joe ain't gonna make it, and whoever the Democratic nominee is gonna win. They don't have to get votes anymore. We know that from the last election. They don't have to get voting. Don't mean shit. Mark Twain said it best when he said, "If voting mattered, they wouldn't let you do it." And that's a fact. That's an absolute fact.
All those
But,
years ago, he had the wisdom
Yep,
to say that.
yep. Yeah. Over 100 years ago, he said
Right.
that. But yes, California, you can't stop a shoplifter if you own a business. They can come in and take what they want. You better let them walk out the door, or you'll get fined $28,000.
We should go do our Christmas shopping.
Exactly. I would say go to Nordstrom's, but they closed their store out there in San Francisco.
Right?
All right. But what's that? Votes are like money. Just print more. Absolutely. They already got enough printed up. Believe me. They have got 70, 80 million ballots already printed up. But let me get on to the main thing I want to talk to you about here. I also received some a couple of emails and messages, on social media that they're just getting frustrated. They're getting burned out. They're getting stressed out by the high cost of everything. And one email that I got was this one. He agreed with everything I said, but it's like, what can we do? There's nothing we can do. He's just like ready to submit, and you can't do that, folks. You got to have that survival instinct. It's what keeps you alive. You got to do what you can do when you can do it, and when you can do it is now. For some folks, I know it's hard for others. Me and Pam were talking about that today. It's easy for us to spend, a little money over here doing this for prepping and a little money over there doing that for prepping. But the way prices are now, the way utilities are, mortgages, car notes, it's hard for some people to put anything aside. But you got to make that effort, because you see what's coming. They're crushing us a little bit at a time every day. You're seeing prices go up on food. I know, you might not be able to spend $30, $40, maybe not even $20 on food to put aside. But a 5-pound bag of rice is like $10. 5-pound bag of beans is about the same. Surely you can find $5 somewhere. Don't go to Starbucks. If you got cable, turn off your cable TV. Don't pay for that TV, especially now with all the digital channels we got in the air. I did an old video. God, had to be, I don't know how long ago, probably 2 years or 3 years ago, where I just had a little aerial antenna and I think it was 60 channels. If you can't find what you want to watch on 60 channels for free, consider those things, guys. That's ways to save money. Like I said, don't go to Starbucks. What's a cup of coffee there cost now? $8?
Probably.
Yeah. Skip 2 cups of coffee. That's $16. That's a lot of rice. That's a lot of beans. And that's what you got to do. You got to make, they're not really sacrifices because they're choices. You're not sacrificing when you give up something like that. Make a pot of coffee at home before you go to work. Take a cup with you.
Or shop BOGOs and just put 1 or 2 cans away.
Yeah.
A shopping trip.
Yeah, if there's a Publix in your area, every Thursday they publish BOGOs online, and just scan through there and see what's on sale. Like today, she picked up 4 cans of chili for me. I love chili, y'all know that. We didn't need that chili, but they were on sale. Buy one, get one. So we got 4 cans for the price of 2. Those are the kind of things you got to look for. Those are the things you got to do. Discipline, guys. Discipline. That's what it is. I know financial times are hard, but the discipline is the part you got to get down. You got to get that first. That's like with this storm, that might come at us. Oh, wow, I run over 30 minutes. This storm that might be coming at us. It would be crazy for somebody to say, well, there ain't shit I can do about it. I might as well just sit here. That's what you're doing when you choose not to prepare. That's exactly what you're doing. Step it up. It's not that hard to do. If I can help you, let me know. You know where I'm at. Let me put it up here for you. Oh, there's my email address. Shoot me an email. Tell me what you want to do, and I'm going to try to tell you how to get it done. That's why I'm here. People think, I know a lot of people think, well, you get a YouTube channel, you're making money. No, you ain't making no money here, guys. Off this video, I might make a nickel. Right now, while you watched it live, I'm not making nothing. But when it's put up as a video, right after I shut this down, if people watch it, then I'll get paid for it. But it ain't going to be much. Well, I ain't kidding you. A nickel, a dime, I ain't kidding you. I'm here to try to help you guys. I truly am. I touched on it earlier. I'm going to touch on it again before I get out of here. The biggest prep you can make, right here, guys. Got to get your heart right. Better get your spirit right. That's the biggest prep you can make. I can't make you believe the way I do. But all I can do is tell you, you might want to look into that guy named Jesus Christ. You might want to check him out. Read up on him. Find out all you can. That's a prep you need. I'm telling you, I guarantee you. Because then it won't matter what's going on in this world. Because when you're gone from here, you'll be good. And the sorrows going on here will be the last thing you'll ever think about. With that, I'm going to say, stay strong, keep prepping. Pray for the United States of America, folks. Pray for yourself, get your heart right. Take them steps you got to take to just do a little extra, because it's not getting any better. And it's not that hard to do. If you can't spend $10 or $20 a month on preps, you got to start making some cuts. You got to get some discipline. I love you all. Thank you for being here. The Orlando Prepper is out.